Greetings, I'm Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's date some demons together.
Yay!
All right, welcome to the great indoors. We appreciate that people are in self-quarantine. We are here to play some games with you because we are also in self-quarantine and we shelter in place. In this case, in a very tiny closet where the sound is mostly good.
It's true.
Anyway, we are fortunate enough to have some space to shelter in where we don't have too many other people crowded around us and are able to continue our channel, though the Wi-Fi has been disappointing.
Wi-Fi has been wildly useful. Let's pick somebody we're not using.
What is the House of Lamentation?
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, so this is going to be another chat episode.
This is a lot of people.
We're excited to find out what's going on in the House of Lamentation.
Which contains 6 people.
The
other one? 7? Oh, God.
It's all of them, isn't it?
Ah!
I'm also like, is that why we haven't met the one brother? Is he off in the human world somewhere? But then how was he there in the harem outfit? Or did he leave after we showed up and then come back?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It occurs. Right. So we haven't actually met Belgor yet, and I think that's the last one that we have yet to actually meet.
Yeah,
of the
we've met 6 of the brothers.
We've met 6 of them for sure, and we're going like, okay, so there was a harem. There was one of the guys that showed up, and I was like, who the crap is that? And then we haven't seen him the whole time
at all.
And then we just heard in the last episode that apparently he's popped off to Earth for reasons.
And so we're like, we need to go play more of the story at some point. But last time we delved into the story, we had a little bit of a what's going on here. But we kind of have a theory that the side episodes, the ones that are like whatever A or B or something like that,
right,
actually have a different perspective. But we're not sure because we still haven't played off the story. Because in case you didn't know, this game is huge.
Apparently, there are like 20 chapters or something crap, and I'm kind of like, woo!
But even without the chapters, you have your Devilgram, you have all your stories in your Devilgram, you have all of your cards and your cards to develop, you have all your jobs, you have your intimacy levels, you have your phone calls, you have your texts. Large game. Why isn't this loading?
I don't know.
All right, hold on.
What?
It's YOLO pictures from Mammon.
It's also like, these are your siblings. What are you doing?
Why are you sending this to your sibling? And maybe I don't know how these siblings sibling together, but I am only familiar with that being like an Instagram, I'm trying to pick you up kind of behavior.
Can I actually tap? Oh God, we can tap on it. We can tap on it.
Does it actually, is it like a body check? Like a, hey guys, look, I'm getting more fit, but do demons even do that? Or like, here we go. Within the mantra of they just barely understand human things, they're like, look, I refitted the middle part of my skin suit. I think this is very popular in the humandom.
Okay,
so
now I'm pumped.
There's no more to this. That's the whole picture.
This is the whole picture?
Why do you even load it full size? What's the point of having you click on it then?
Okay, so one of the things, so if you don't know it, wow, his hand is tiny. His left hand is like poink, and his other hand is huge. Okay,
fine.
So in regards to the language of imagery, what I have been taught, and this is just me, but as far as I understand, even in regards to like advertising or in regards to the language that most people use in regards to sharing images with other people.
Okay.
So if anybody ever accuses you basically of just radically over-sexualizing somebody or dehumanizing a character or an idea or a person, when you take a picture or you draw a picture that has nothing to do with the head.
When you have no face, no personality, no individuality.
It is strictly more about sexualization, or basically what people will be like, it is about an objectification.
Right,
so,
objectification.
So what it is that they're no longer a person, they're just a body.
Can you actually share this, like share this?
I don't know.
Oh God.
Yes!
You can!
Ah!
Why would you share this?
I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so if anybody ever talks about that, and sometimes you'll see it where I've seen some artists who's actually gotten incredibly angry, so excuse me while I talk about this for a second, where they're like, oh, you accused me of basically drawing something inappropriate, blah, 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 whatever, but this is totally, whatever their point was. And I was like, okay, and I actually even showed this picture to Liz, and I'll talk to them a bit later about it.
Okay.
But there was a picture where, like, even I was looking at it, and I turned around and I went, so because you cannot see the character/line person's face, right?
Imagine the fictional representation of a person's face.
You couldn't see their face. You could take that as basically the only thing you're interested in is basically this one part that everybody got very angry about and very upset about, because to everyone else there's no person there. There's nobody to connect with. It's just
if you're having a picture of your own character and you cut their face out, there could be more emotion to you, but to other people, it is removing a person and showing a thing, a body.
Because...
Anyway, so Mammon, though, is sharing Beelzebub's body.
Which is seriously wild, because I'm also like, they're all basically like that. What makes you...
As far as we can tell, they all look pretty the same based on their builds and their outfits, but who knows what they've got underneath. Again,
right?
We know that those are interesting flesh coats with fake human suits underneath, so, we're just going from there. And then going, like I said, it's just Mammon going, dude, Look at how Beelzebub got his flesh suit to fit. I hear this is the thing.
It'd be wild. So they're all like, we have weird things popping out in strange corners.
We don't know actually that this tank top is actually a separate thing. We're just going, this is a piece of flesh flap that you lift up and show more flesh underneath.
Right? You're like, oh, look at that. Look what he did with his fleshy flaps. Whee!
Yep. All right. Check out Beal's abs. He's seriously ripped. Lol. I wouldn't call that seriously ripped, actually.
I really wouldn't either.
On the other hand, social context. Here we go.
All right. I can't do it like with him going, whoa. Okay. Whoa. Is it just me? He's
gonna turn in to Keanu Reeves. That's what he's gonna do. Wow.
Whoa. Okay, I'm also having a weird thing too because
Be excellent to each other.
So again, for me, like, usually people who really get involved in like fitness circles or whatever it might be, like, I don't know, okay? I'm like, I get weirded
what
out
this
when...
looks like is, this looks like ludonarrative dissonance.
Right?
This looks like this is a photo for the player of the game that the characters are then interacting with as if it's something else.
Right? Well, see, also part of my thing is like, so for me, this is my social background, so you'll have to forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
I get weirded out when my gay cousin will post photos of himself like that, and I'm like, dude. And again, I suppose gay to me seems to be more relevant in this case because he is very much in that circle of going where a lot of individuals who seem to be in a certain circle of being gay, which is not all they are, obviously.
That's all.
But it's just going like, there's a severe amount of like, look at my body, see how attractive my body is, validate me, see how wonderful I am.
If I'm catching this right, it's more of that experience of, I want to be pretty and appealing. That's what at least one of our gender categories gets to have all the time, even if it's their whole value. And men don't usually get to have that.
Right.
And while I'm not trying to be a woman, I want to be attractive.
Right.
Physically for my body, not just for who I am.
Right. And it's interesting. And I get like, this is where I'm like, for me, I'm just having a weird thing of going like, why would you suddenly have all these brothers going, yes, let's talk about how beautiful and
which is, like I said,
and
more fascinating if that's actually a black flap of flesh he's rolling up.
Right.
And them going, look at what I figured out how to do with my skin suit.
Woo! I split them apart. It's
I
great.
made multiple layers under my large coat over the top.
Right.
I also love the idea of shedding those coats, and the reason some of them are disheveled and some of them are in different states of undress, like dress, like formalness, is because they've trained their coat animals better or worse.
Right.
And they really like put them in kennels at night, kind of thing.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like I just, here, come here, coat. No, button, straight, sit.
Right.
Yes, good.
And for more context, I really, like, for me personally, I get weirded out when any of my relatives do it. It's not just strictly about, oh, here's my gay cousin. It's strange for me to see anybody go, like, because I don't really identify with that level of culture of going, here I'm going to show off my body, or here I'm going to really show off all my outfits. Now, that's not to say you don't do you, and if that's something you want to do for yourself, for your own, basically, experience, I would say fine, but I would also say examine it a little bit.
Think about why you're doing what you're doing. Should we try and do this?
Yes, it's fine. Okay.
All right, we're going to try and do this. Wow. Is
it just me, or is he even more shredded than before?
You should feel it. It's like concrete, literal marble. He's modeling like the Statue of David kind of thing.
Oh gosh, he's like, I went to a museum.
And he turned his body, his flesh suit into actual marble.
Uh-huh.
So like he is completely hard as stone. I love it. Like, weirdly hard. Lol.
No fair. I want to feel Beal's abs.
I want to feel mock human abs. I didn't have any on my flesh suit.
I feel what marble feels like. Shriek, 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 shriek.
But like, I've never felt them on my flesh suit, and definitely my demon self doesn't have them.
And getting them to bunch up weirdly like that, is that normal?
Honestly, it looks like he stored things underneath his.
Ooh,
I
are they
like mine
pockets?
smooth.
Pockets?
Does he have things in there? Does he have food in there for later? Snacks?
Snacks for later?
All right.
Did he stick pillows in there?
All right. No. Simply being muscular doesn't make one attractive now, does it? We get to say something. Hang on. It doesn't do anything. It's just the regular picture. There's no point to click on it.
Like the other one did though. This one doesn't. It's because that's.
It does.
Oh, it does.
But it won't do anything different. It's just the same thing.
Oh, okay. Why?
See?
He's just in the bathtub.
Like the pictures don't do anything.
Real beauty.
Real beauty isn't determined by muscle mass.
Oh, we get to participate in this
We were
one.
supposed to say something,
Okay,
yeah. I'll take a ripped body, thanks. Yep, I'd take a beautiful slender figure either day. What? Honestly, boomers would be okay with being ripped, usually, like a dude. I'd say, but if those are the only options, what if we don't answer? If we leave, will it repopulate?
I highly doubt it. I'm like, because the thing is so as far as I've ever seen out of boomer culture, actually in a lot of ways, so they're very highly critical, which
of
is
weight,
probably
of being fat.
Well, but also in the same vein though as well as also what they call vanity culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't want to participate in vanity culture at all.
Right?
But, which is why I'm like, I don't know which one it would be. So, on the other hand, I'm like, this implies that we can
Which I suppose then indicates that I've got way more boomer ideology under my belt that I want to own up to. So I apologize. I don't want to shame anybody's body or their experience at all. I guess it's one of those things of being like, I do have a lot to personally unpack, also because of my own religious background. There's a lot of body shaming that went on in my history, so it's got me with a lot of issues, to be perfectly honest.
I have not necessarily been around the most healthy of like representative relationships with one's own body myself, but here we are.
Right?
All right, so
I don't know. Can we leave and then just come back? Let's find out.
we're gonna find out if we can skip talking. Are we allowed to skip talking? I didn't know that we were in the House of Lamentation.
I mean,
so that means 6 brothers and us, or 7 brothers and us.
I don't know.
Is it 7 in the chat or 7 other people in the chat?
I don't.
Because usually
7
they show
in the group chat,
right? Because usually they just show how many people are in the group chat total, not how many, like for standard like actual real world group chats.
Right.
It's gonna take forever. We're gonna check this out. We'll be right back.
God, I don't know.
So apparently you have to bake. We load it out and load it back in. It just freezes here. All right. So what do you think? Beautiful, slender figure any day. Do you think a nice retired middle-aged man would want that, or do you think he'd be more muscly? If those are the only options.
For himself.
For himself.
For himself is a rip body. Yeah,
Okay,
the beautiful,
so
because again, masculine men, they're very strong traditional
Right.
values.
If we're going to talk about our own body,
Yep.
we don't need to be slender and beautiful. We want to be fit and strong. But are we talking about
I'll
what
take
we
a
like?
ripped body.
Right. Thanks. For me, for my own body. Ha! Right. You don't say. Is that why your way of hinting that you want Mammon here to send you a photo of his chiseled bicep? You have skinny arms, my dude. That's adorable.
Tiny, adorable skinny. Is this how you all amuse yourselves? By sending photos of your exposed
human suit,
human
suit, body
flabby
parts.
bits?
Yes. Be hilarious if they all looked like these emojis and that's why they're there. That's your person emoji.
That's actually what they look like.
Well, I for one absolutely love looking at pictures of myself and seeing myself reflected in glassware and tableware and every surface possible.
I wasn't asking you.
So rude.
You know, come to think of it, Lucifer almost never exposes much of his own flesh suit. That's enough, Satan. Stop right there.
You know that I've done a symbiote with my coat. It is my flesh suit. Oh. Now that you mention it, that's true. Even back during his time in the Celestial Realm, Lucifer genuinely dressed really formally, even when he wasn't trying to look human at all. The first time I saw him, he was covered from head to toe in shining armor. With the way it sparkled, I almost mistook him for a second son.
Are you really going to be telling me that I was in the version of, whatever the heck Attack on Titan movie that was with Liam Neeson and whatever the one that had released the Kraken? Remember I showed you?
There's an Attack on Titan
movie?
No, Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans, there we go.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, I was looking, I
on.
couldn't remember what it was called because it has a different name than the original one. So I'm like,
I haven't
what was
seen
it called?
those, it's fine.
No, but it's so bad. So we're really going to tell. He looked like Liam Neeson.
It's fine, like Liam
And his very sparkly Zeus running around in his weird plexiglass armor going, sparkles.
I'll have to believe you because I haven't seen it.
My armor was too shiny.
That's true. Yeah, back in the Celestial Realm, Lucifer really radiated light. It was almost like he hadn't pinned himself down properly.
It was a little embarrassing, really.
Given that they could all be absolutely anything, I'm not going to headcanon that they're actually the boring little, three-footed crows. They're going to be something fascinating.
It sounds like they were all angels then, for the most part, right?
But angels are, screaming balls of power and ice.
And fire and eyes and monsters.
You just didn't seal your flames in well enough, my dear.
My dear.
You were just a molten, gleaming suit of sun. It's amazing. So none of us has ever seen Lucifer when he wasn't covered up then? We don't know if he's actually a seraphim formerly, or like a cherubim.
Or just an angel.
Like your standard angel.
Like there
might have been one of those lions with wings and eyes and head chimera things. You think I know this about my brother by now? So my friend here actually has drawn some really cool angel characters, and one of them actually was so cute because it had this full-grown, massive horror angel monster, and then this adorable little like squishy chippy baby.
Oh
just
God!
Had this like goopy little mask of possibly being a horror eventually. It was adorable. It was so cute.
I took it down, but it's very cute.
It was adorable. I love it. All right, but when they had to reset their blog, it changed. It wasn't like they haven't got it back up there again. But I love it. It has a special place in my heart.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's very cute.
I bet he's hiding an impressive body under there. Probably could melt human standard eyes out with it. I mean, I'm sure he's got nothing on my perfect figure. I understand human standards flawlessly. I have studied their textbooks like you would not believe. Hustler is absolutely the best textbook for what the good human standards are like. I've also heard that like For Him magazine is a good one for the men like us that we're going to be.
Because we're totally men. That's why I read the most manly of motorcycles.
I don't know about that, Asmo. What if he's actually totally shredded in addition to being good looking and blinding?
What is this conversation?
Again,
God, why are you talking about each other? Like, again, this is kind of like, okay,
if you take out the context of them talking about thinly veiled disguises of being human, then this is just a weird conversation.
This is a really weird conversation.
My body is better than your body. Okay, what if you're not related at all and they're just a bunch of dudes hanging around?
No, honestly, so this is going to be a weird sort of like awareness piece, at least in regards to when I've talked to my brother about stuff like this. He's actually sometimes mentioned of being like, there is a heavy amount of basically like judgment and discussion about each other's bodies that's really way more intense and goes into more detail than some people realize, but most of it is basically, seemingly to me, couched in a lot of self-hate and a lot of basically perpetually going around in the circle of competitiveness, of going, I need to be better than you. How much better are you actually than me? Well, under this thin, basically veneer of playfulness.
When I was really young, sometimes when I was actually in a group of girls and like they were trying on things, or it was like, like a trip to the pool or something, people would talk about their bodies. Now, it wasn't very often, but being an introvert, I wasn't around a lot of groups of girls very often.
Right.
I also generally made friends with boys better if I made friends at all, or people, surprisingly, that were less gender conforming, even if they didn't use that label.
Right.
I say, but because I've always enjoyed people that don't fall really hard into an archetype. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it gives you more contrast to understand your world.
Right.
Anyway, there was always a sort of mild discussion of, do you think I look okay? Do you think my skin's nice? Like, these sort of things would come up of whether it's, it's not usually as like tropey as it is in anime. Like, oh God, my boobs are too big, which I've seen in anime kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there is really this thing of trying to check, one, and see if you look normal compared to other girls and their opinions, or two, sort of this casual cattiness of going, do I look better than you?
Right?
Mm-hmm. Or that sort of thing of going, you're trying on stuff and going, oh, I can't wear what you're wearing. My waist is way too small for that.
Right.
And it's one of those, even if you wear similar.
Backhanded, like, sort of compliment, but also, obviously, you're getting slapped in the face.
Or just sort of an active dig of going, God, I'd love to wear what you're wearing, but I couldn't fill it out. And it's the kind of thing of going, I might be saying, yeah, it looks good on you, but anyways, otherwise
But also,
not.
you're super fat or something, and that means something about you. So if you are, I'm just back.
Anyway, the culture is interesting, but I don't feel like it's doing that here.
No. I wonder if anyone has even ever seen him with his clothes off. Well, I once heard he took a long trip to the beach a long time ago. He went with Lord Diavolo.
It's okay, we know Diavolo's gonna rule it all.
Levi, why did you have to bring that up?
It's okay, I bet it's in the Devilgram. Oh.
Probably.
Well, that settles that. I'll just have to go ask Lord Diavolo about the
here's
beach
where
trip
the
tomorrow.
picture thing is. Remember where we had that one time where he told us, hey, I need you to delete that picture? There was a conversation we watched. Aha! That's where that conversation starts.
That picture.
Mammon, I promise you, I'll put a hex on you to ensure that your mouth will explode the moment you try to say anything about this.
Ooh, scared. So, can I put some clothes on now?
Oh.
He was here the whole
He's
time.
like,
He's just like, I'm standing here this entire time, flapping this flesh suit around, blah, blah, blah.
Check it out, guys! Look what I can do!
Can I put some real clothes on now, please? Because that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Could be okay.
Hi, all right.
It's loading. Oh, it's not loading. I tried to
wasn't.
click it. I didn't click it
Too
well.
late.
The little hearts telling us how close we are to everyone. I'm like, I don't even know what those mean.
Oh, that's
Or
your
do.
intimacy levels.
No, I know that, but I don't know what intimacy level does.
Right?
Like-
okay, that's fair. I know at certain levels you get like phone calls. That's where the phone calls come from, but yeah.
Okay, well, I don't feel so good.
Me neither.
What's this I hear? Lucifer's better, but now you two have got colds? Were you hanging around him too much? Don't you give it to me, understand? I don't want your germs. All right, everyone, self-quarantine inside. Here we go.
time to do it.
Shut up.
Well, you two seem quite a bit weaker than usual. Don't you?
Don't you? Are you vulnerable? We could all eat
Since
you.
you were both so concerned about me when I was sick, I've decided I'm going to take care of you two now. Don't move. I'll be right there. And oh, how much fun we're going to have. Also a level going, oh God, we're going to play Monopoly for the next 6 hours and it's going to suck.
I'm gonna die. He's gonna come in with a deck of cards and be like, it's time to play a game of war to the end.
Yes, to the end.
Absolute end.
Then, hide me.
And we're just watching this going, I'm not engaging with you. That's so appropriate. Like, you guys are so weird.
Like,
So
solidly. That's the end where I'm like, so
weird.
you could actually have more of basically man-heavy conversation in regards to them having all their weird body, like, and I call it weird because to me, in some ways, it really is weird. But like,
Their body discussion.
like seeing man do it would make more sense because he'd be more aggressive about it. Not cool, guys. Why'd you have to have Mammon pin me to the ground and take my smartphone like that just to force me into the chat? And why was everyone but me already in the group chat anyway? What are you planning?
Okay, so you have a smartphone, but we have to have a DDD. Why don't we get a smartphone?
I don't know. I think that's what the DDD is supposed to be.
Except for why does he have a smartphone and a DDD?
I don't know. Okay, so are we concerned about you? Sorry we were so rough with you. You're the one who's planning something. That sounds too aggressive. Like, we don't know
Sorry, we're not anybody though.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
Sorry we were so rough with you.
You're the one who's planning something. I
I only
are we
got
assuming-
sorry we were so rough with you, or we're concerned about you.
I'm also like, were we in this other group with people? This might be something that might have happened somewhere in
This again, I'm like, I have
the
no
main
context.
story.
So because we have so many chats, if you guys haven't noticed, like it is impossible to stay caught up with this. Also because we're not playing this constantly.
in the
like,
same
we have-
way. Like
like,
we'd have to make like 3 episodes a day to do this right.
Oh, we have to make more than that. Like, holy crow, there's so
Doing
many
the
things.
basic like dailies, we'd have to make 4 or 5 episodes a day.
Yeah.
Like, here's your 2-hour or 3-hour daily dose of demon boys.
Constantly. all the
That's
time.
it. Daily DDD, daily dose of demons.
Yeah.
I got it.
Daily
your
dose of
DDD
demons.
is your daily dose of demons.
All right, so we're talking
How
about
about
boomer.
we're concerned about
We're
you?
concerned. Sounds so.
Whatever we've done.
I'm more fatherly. We're concerned about you.
because we
See,
were
you are
concerned.
the youngest of the group. We're more concerned about you. It's fine.
Yes. We're concerned about
We're concerned about you, Levi.
Levi. Blah.
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 I already know this isn't going to end well for me.
Well, I'm sorry that you know the future so well.
There's no need to get defensive, Levi. My
We've been telling you can't use smartphones down here anyways. You're only
My
carrying it around
anti-god.
to be like a human. They don't even work in the Devildom. You need something other than our Devilfy.
Simply answers our questions truthfully, and there will be no trouble at all. Can't you just be honest with me and admit that I'm not making it out of this alive? What are we talking about?
We're gonna be murdering you.
My God, what is this?
Like I said, we'd have to play, I hope, all the episodes. So in theory, when we go and we play the regular straight like story, then we will know what all of this means. So you can join us in that adventure. Adventure. Do. And now that preparations are complete, let's move on to the questioning, shall we? Why were you looking at a map app on your phone, Levi? And why aren't you using a DDD?
How did you...
And you're not supposed to let the human know that we can have smartphones.
How long were you looking? Were you able to see the area I was looking at?
I only got a peek
So
at
that's
it. I thought you were looking for more dogs. Enough to see that you were looking at a map, for sure.
Oh, Come on, don't scare me like that.
Something's fishy. You're acting too suspicious.
What area were you looking at, Levi? I don't have to answer that.
If we confiscated your phone, we can know.
Out!
Right?
God, this is confusing. Mammon, don't you dare let him go until we've heard everything.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. You betcha. The little sympathy troll at the bottom, the little sympathy puff.
I will cry with you.
I join you.
My sadness. It feels me.
It feels me. I feel it.
I feel it.
Levi, you'd be doing us all a favor if you stopped holding back and just spill the beans. You know, just dump them over. Can't you tell that we're all worried about you and your weird obsessions that we won't take time to understand or connect with? Look at it from our perspective. You have every one of your nerdy shops and live concert event halls within 100-mile radius memorized. Why would you need to be looking at a map? It's weird. Even man thinks it could be a bad omen. Don't you, man? Don't you agree with me?
I was actually gonna do...
Huh?
What?
What?
Because I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. So, you know
Yes,
what?
no, or heh.
Huh?
Heh.
I'm just heh.
We're not trying to build intimacy. We're trying to build a character here.
We're building character, and if this is how we're gonna play this game, because we cannot literally record enough episodes to fill in all the... Give me a break, Asmo.
I was trying to find the human's house.
I really desperately just... This is another one of your attempts at stealing the spotlight, isn't it? Asmo's vanity truly knows no bounds. However, that's not an excuse.
Except that he won't get his hair out of his
Hey! However, that does not change the fact that you've been acting suspiciously, Levi. Enough with the stalling and answer the question.
Because we won't go and see you in person. We're just going to keep texting you about
And
it.
that's horrifying. I'm being texted.
Also,
it's not like I can mute you.
What are you texting on if you took his phone away?
No kidding.
Does he also
If you
have
have nothing to be guilty over, then it should be a simple task. Or is it the presence of such guilt that makes confessing so difficult? All right, already. The truth is...
The truth, my dude. Spit it out.
The truth is 12 cliffhangers later.
It. Just vomit it.
See,
Clear yourself it.
The thing is, I somehow ended up with a rough idea of where Zaramella lives.
Who's that?
She's one of my top 3 favorite idols.
Oh, so you're gonna be a stalker now.
Oh yeah, stalker.
My dude. Whoa.
Anyway, so I got to thinking, I wonder what city she lives in. That led me to opening the map app and... Is that all?
Really? That's
Huh?
it?
Stalking,
Just vague stalking without any information, really?
which also still is not okay. All if you were only consulting a map for your silly idol scavenger, which is not silly, by the way, guys. Please don't harass online idols in any way.
Or just
or
public idols.
Like
Just
anybody.
Don't try and find their personal information.
Like-
They are not performing when they're off the clock.
Yes. A lot of people also edit their material, so you don't actually know entirely who's actually performing and whether or not that's actually them.
Who they are.
Yeah, you might
don't
be
know
bas-
who what their personality is like.
Yes, like, please respect their space. Like, holy cow. Silly idol scavenger hunt, then surely you didn't have to be so hesitant with your answer. I was only looking at a map, that much is true, but I got sick of looking at a basic one, so I switched to a more detailed view, and before I knew it, I had zoomed in so far that I felt like I was walking the streets myself. I see. I think I finally understand what's going on here. You do?
It's possible. Yes, actually.
My bro.
That you were doing something actually inappropriate. But you know what? Fiction, you can do anything you want to, and it is a safe space to do so. Just
And it is a way to explore. It's true.
Separate that from reality.
Please. Levi was worried because he had been so absorbed with his little fictional date with Zaramella that he didn't notice Asmo peering in on him, excuse me. Peep a lot. He couldn't be sure how far Asmo had trailed along on his ludicrous excursion. So his previous outbursts are a testament to that. Do I have that right, Levi?
Ah! That's our detective, Satan. How pathetic are you, Levi? I think I'm gonna
Upchuck.
upchuck. Whoa, I read that in the wrong order.
Whoa.
I'm gonna upchuck a week's worth of bile after hearing that. I don't think we have to worry about any disasters anymore. The bomb's already been dropped, so to speak.
How was I supposed to say anything about it?
Join one of your delusions. Don't worry about it.
Don't.
It's fine. Just let it go and keep moving on.
Don't worry about it. My God,
Just
please.
move
Because we can't be
forward.
like, dude, please stop stalking people.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be
though I
good.
don't know whether or not a boomer would actually do that, shockingly.
That's not usually a boundary that was established back then with
It's
people
true.
who were famous.
Are you trying to cheer me up?
Not really. We're just trying to get you to move on, which
Please.
might cheer you up.
Maybe. Regardless, Levi's amateur hour of investigation will likely have no bearing on the continued existence of the devildom. I think it's time we put this absurdity to bed.
All right, good job. We all put it. He's like, yes, finally,
Yay!
move on.
Please,
we do
dear
not
God.
need this arc any longer. It's fine. Fine, we're fine.
It's fine.
You could actually do a drop-down catalog of your intimacy.
Oh no, so you can pick, probably like to rank it by intimacy levels, I betcha.
Yes.
Yeah, that would
Or
be-
that's what, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if that's what that's doing, but I'm like, oh, there's an intimacy drop-down. There are a lot of pieces to this.
They're really,
Many
are.
pieces. Alrighty.
Reminder, tonight at 9 p.m. the Red Devil Network is airing the classic horror masterpiece, House of the Devil. You should all really see it.
A horror movie? Pass.
Hard pass.
Whatever. I'm way too busy to watch some movie and way too important.
The truth is that horror movies scare you. Isn't that right, Mammon?
What? What? Are you crazy? No! Aw, look at how much that bothered him. Guess it's the truth, lol. No, it ain't. I'm a demon. Horror movies don't scare demons. Everyone knows that. Well, I don't like watching the violent ones, but I've not got no problem at all with the psychological horror.
I would really love for it to be Veggie Tales.
Right? Watch you say psychological horror is My Little Pony. They act like humans, but they're not humans. Woo! Huh. Right, psychological horror.
If you want a good psychological horror movie, I recommend Away Within the Black Family Garden.
Away Within the Black Family Garden. That's it. Ooh, I know that one. The child actor who played the kid, and that did an amazing job. You know what I like most about movies? Behind the scenes work. You know, interviews with the actors are fascinating. They have this idea that they are something that they're not for a while, and then they have to deal with it afterwards. It's fascinating. Sort of like us all pretending to be humans for the nice human over there. Well, I've seen that one too, and it didn't scare me. Not even a little bit. I almost fell asleep even. Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh God. Cataloged it.
The fluffy jacket. Of course you would have a fluffy jacket.
He
It's
would.
fine.
Ooh, would you look at this?
Now that is what you call a priceless image. One. It's you after you watch that scene in Away Within the Black Family Garden, where the main character sees her dead grandmother reflected in the window. For a demon, you really do scare easily, Mammon. But everyone was talking about that movie, and you couldn't help but be curious. So I agreed to watch it with you.
Oh, Lucifer, you are so sweet.
Not as sweet as my martini, though.
Apple true.
I think we should have horror movie night. Ow!
Sorry.
I just got bugged. It's fine. Ow.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We could watch them all together. Not the violent ones, though. Just the ones that really dig into the deeper questions. I'll be there if there's popcorn.
I'll go if it means that I have an answer that pops up on the screen. I'll go if it means I'll get to see how cute Mammon gets when he's all scared.
And now we're into the trope hard and fast. All right then, it's a plan. So I'll bring the drinks. You're coming too, right, Lucifer? Lucifer! Lucifer!
I'm sorry. Mammon came running into the room and attacked me with a 3-pronged pitchfork, because really, what other pitchforks are there?
Because I think all of them have 3 prongs.
That's all we
to be
have.
honest.
Not to worry. He's been taken care of.
He attacked me with a redundancy on a stick, and I got him.
I'll be there. What about you, man?
What happened to Mammon, or I'll go? All right, you gotta tell me.
Man, probably be like, I'll go? Like, honestly, there's a level of, like, I don't care necessarily about you guys, and being like, what happened to Mammon is like, I
would need to care more about you individually, and we barely know all of you at this point.
Yep,
and also
that's great.
He's pretty disappointed.
We're just
sure.
gonna go.
Movie night is very social.
Boomer's going, yes, horror movies, I'm cool.
Or just a movie night. Fine, sounds fine. I'm also like, how many movies can you really watch on a movie night? They're pretty long.
Right?
Humans like horror movies even more than demons. Huh? I want at least 5 different flavors of popcorn at this thing. At least.
Just 5 or more.
Minimum of 5 and
How about
other
12,
food. And you know
15?
what? Popcorn is after all the other food. I also need 10 different kinds of pizza. And you know what? I need other food there. You're bringing drinks. Can you also bring food drinks? We need milkshakes there.
Well then, I'll make sure to notify everyone once the date for the inaugural House of Lamentation horror movie night is set. Asmo, you'll be in charge of setting the date. Levi, you'll select the films. And Bill, I'd like you to give some thought as to what flavors of popcorn we should have.
Oh, yes, I got it.
Absolutely.
Poof, everyone. Yes,
on board. Got it.
Beelzebub shows up with 19 types of food, none of them popcorn.
All right, well, honestly, thank you very much, guys, for joining us.
Yes.
This was interesting, to say the least, and we definitely hope to see you back for another
Fascinate.
one. So if you like what we do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to share this with your friends if you think they will have fun with it as well.
Yes.
If you want to also support us, though, feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got links down below.
Yep.
We thank you very much for being here with us. So I have been Scandal.
And do stay safe during this shelter-in-place, and I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!